The US Army has always prided itself on staying ahead of the curve when it comes to combat readiness and firepower. In recent years, that ambition has been embodied in the Next Generation Squad Weapon Program, or NGSW, a sweeping effort to replace the long-serving M4 carbine and M249 squad automatic weapon. The result of that program is the XM7 rifle and the XM250 light machine gun. Paired with a revolutionary new 6.8 by 51mm round and cutting-edge optics. On paper, it sounds like a tactical revolution. More firepower, better range, and enhanced soldier lethality. But as the dust settles and field testing begins, serious concerns have emerged. Critics are now asking a tough question. Are these new weapons truly a leap forward, or an expensive, overbuilt disaster in the making? To understand how we got here, let's go back to the beginning. The NGSW program was launched in 2017 to address a growing concern within the Pentagon and US Army leadership that the current standard-issue weapons and ammunition weren't keeping up with modern threats. Adversaries are rapidly modernizing their military gear, and new types of body armor and battlefield conditions are making 5.56mm rounds less effective. The Army wanted a new rifle and machine gun that could engage targets at longer distances, punch through advanced body armor, and provide squads with a more versatile combat platform. The answer was a new caliber, 6.8 x 51mm, more powerful than 5.56 and even 7.62 NATO, with higher velocity and improved terminal ballistics. 3 defense contractors entered the race: Sig Sauer, Textron Systems, and General Dynamics. After extensive trials, the Army awarded the contract to Sig Sauer in 2022. Their submissions, the XM5 rifle, later rebranded as XM7, and the XM250 machine gun, were selected as the Army's next-generation small arms. Both weapons fire SIG's new 6.8mm hybrid ammunition and are designed to integrate seamlessly with the Army's Smart Fire Control System, the XM157 optic developed by Vortex Optics. These systems are meant to work together to create a new level of accuracy, lethality, and range, pushing every squad member closer to marksman capability. Now, let's talk about what the XM7 and XM250 actually get right. First, there's the issue of firepower. The 6.8mm round was developed specifically to outperform both 5.56 and 7.62 NATO in terms of armor penetration and effective range. This means US infantry can potentially neutralize enemies wearing advanced ceramic body armor, a growing concern in potential peer conflicts. Second, both the XM7 and XM250 dramatically extend the effective range of the individual soldier. Where the M4 typically performs within 300 to 500 meters, the new systems can push well past 600 to 800 meters with consistency. This gives squads the ability to engage from greater distances without relying on designated marksmen or support weapons. Another major pro is recoil control. Despite firing a much more powerful round, both weapons incorporate recoil mitigation systems that keep them relatively controllable in semi-auto and burst fire. Additionally, the XM157 optic is one of the most advanced ever fielded by any military. It includes a built-in rangefinder, ballistic calculator, compass, and environmental sensors, giving soldiers real-time targeting data directly in their sight picture. It's essentially a smart optic that brings the capabilities of a sniper system into the hands of every rifleman. Add in modularity, suppressor compatibility, and modern ergonomics, and you have weapons that, on paper, seem like they check every box. But now we come to the heart of the controversy. The downsides, and they're not minor. The most immediate and obvious problem is weight. The XM7 weighs around 9.8 pounds unloaded. That's already heavier than a fully loaded M4. Add the suppressor, XM157 optic, and a loaded magazine of 6.8mm rounds, and you're easily carrying over 12 pounds. The XM250, while lighter than the M249 it replaces, is still a burden when combined with a belt of heavier 6.8mm ammunition. For infantry operating in mountainous terrain, on foot patrols, or urban settings, this additional weight can be a serious liability. Reducing mobility and endurance in long engagements. The second issue is ammunition burden. While the 6.8mm round is undeniably powerful, it's also significantly heavier than 5.56mm. Soldiers will have to carry fewer rounds to maintain a manageable combat load. In practice, this means reduced volume of fire, which is a dangerous compromise in close-quarter battles, ambushes, or prolonged firefights. A lighter loadout with fewer rounds reduces flexibility and confidence, especially in chaotic, real-world conditions where fire superiority often determines survival. Another major concern is logistics. The 6.8 by 51mm round is not part of NATO's standard ammunition portfolio. That creates a massive logistical challenge for the US and its allies. Introducing a new caliber into the military supply chain requires retooling ammo plants, adjusting storage and transport systems, and building entirely new stockpiles. Then there's the question of ammunition reliability. The 6.8mm round developed by Sig Sauer uses a hybrid case, combining a brass base with a steel upper portion to handle higher chamber pressures. While this hybrid design helps achieve performance goals, it's not battle-proven. Durability under extreme conditions like mud, sand, water immersion, or high-altitude cold has yet to be validated in long-term operations. Any issue with corrosion, cracking, or extraction failures could spell disaster in the field. The cost is another sticking point. These weapons and their associated systems are expensive, far more so than the M4 and M249. The XM157 optic alone is a high-dollar item, and the specialized ammunition costs more to produce than standard 5.56mm. Multiply that across tens of thousands of troops, and the NGSW program becomes one of the most expensive infantry modernization efforts in decades. Many are asking, does the added performance really justify the cost, especially in an era of budget constraints? Strategically, some argue that the NGSW program may be a case of over-optimization. The new weapons are tailored for high-end conflict, long-range engagements against well-equipped enemies. But most firefights in recent US wars, including Iraq and Afghanistan, occurred at under 300 meters. In that environment, the M4 and M249 were more than adequate. Increasing power and range comes at the cost of agility, speed, and ammunition load. In tight urban battles, house clearing, or jungle warfare, the added weight and reduced ammo could actually put US troops at a disadvantage. Feedback from troops testing the new weapons has been mixed. Some appreciate the accuracy and feel the new optics give them a tactical edge, but many are concerned about the weight, reduced ammo capacity, and complexity of the new systems. Some commanders suggest these weapons should be issued selectively, perhaps to designated marksmen, special operations, or squad leaders, while the broader force continues using M4s. That modular approach may be the compromise needed to field the new technology without overburdening the average rifleman. So, Is the XM7 and XM250 system a disaster? That depends on how it's fielded and supported. The NGSW program clearly addresses real problems, like defeating armor and extending squad-level firepower. But it also introduces major risks: heavier loads, fewer rounds, supply chain disruption, and reduced interoperability. If the Army pushes these weapons to all frontline troops without adjusting tactics and logistics, it could backfire. But if they're deployed carefully, to the right units, in the right scenarios, they could become valuable tools in America's evolving arsenal. In the end, this isn't just a story about guns. It's a story about how militaries balance innovation with practicality, and how even the best-intentioned programs can stumble if real-world conditions are overlooked. The XM7 and XM250 could mark a new era of combat, or they could become the next cautionary tale of overreach in military procurement. Only time and combat experience will reveal the truth. Thanks for watching. If you found this analysis useful, make sure to like the video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more deep dives into military tech and strategy.